my blog. So he keeps on writing. I would like to ask you also to follow me. Black, please. Nowadays, this is what most of the people are doing. Follow my, subscribe my channel, do this, that. We are going on. So same way the other person requests. So definitely, what you have to answer is sure. Definitely, I will certainly follow it. You are doing a great job by letting people know of different parts of the world. Definitely, YouTube is helping us to learn many of the things unknown to us, unknown facts which may not be discussed by our elders earlier. This is the end of this thing. I shall proceed on with the other thing. Hope I'm clear with how to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Now, shall I proceed on with the tenses and verbs?
Yes, ma'am.
Just give me 2 seconds time, ma'am, because this is awfully new to me. Just to lower my screen. Just 2 minutes, ma'am. Okay, fine. So, I'm sharing the screen. Just a moment. So before we go into the tenses, we should be very thorough. What are verbs? Verbs are nothing but action verbs. Talking, moving, going, coming, any kind of action. Talk, teaching, jumping, dancing, any action is said to be a verb in simple. So these verbs are of two types, main verb as well as helping verb. Main verbs does the action, whereas helping verbs will help us in formation of a tense. Tense is nothing but time. At what time this action has taken place. We have three tenses in English, present, past, and future. So generally we talk about present, then we go to past, then we travel to future. That is how we teach to students about the tenses. The structure is past, present, future, but the major thing is you should be thorough with present, then only you can go to past, and only you can travel to future. So these tenses will help you at what time the main action has taken place. Is it in the past or now or next? Is it going to happen? So generally what we do is the main verbs we put it aside, as you pretty understood now, they are action verbs. Now these helping verbs are differently used in different places. Before that, we should know the verb in present, past and past participle, how we are going to. We just to understand ourselves, we give them the name as V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Generally V5 is nowhere there, but to make the students better understand the difference between singular verb and plural verb, we use it as V5. Now, let me come back to V1. V1 is the base form of a verb. Base means that is the present form of the verb. Now, as you can see, one example here, it is good. Go. So, go is called as the present tense of the verb or the base form of a verb. The past tense of that is went. Then it comes to when you are going to say just now completed actions or just now have done been, we use the V3 form, that is past participle. Participle is nothing but an adjective. Now here I have to tell you what is an adjective. Is a helping verb which describes a noun or a pronoun. Noun is a naming word. So an adjective we use in such a places the V3. Now coming to V4 is nothing but the base form plus ing. Go plus ing becomes V4. This we use whenever we keep upon the action going on. When the action is continuing, we are going to use this form of the verb. Now, V5 is a specific one where we are going to use according to the subject. Now, let me tell you, subject is which does an action or about whom we are talking. So subject, I'm teaching something. So I am is a subject here. Subject need not be one sentence, but subject is what we are talking about, or which does an action. She goes to the market. He is the subject there. Now, depending on the subject, we are going to use this. If the subject is singular, the verb is singular. If the subject is plural, the verb is plural. Now, there is a difference. Supposing subject is there, boy, the plural form of boy is boys. Now, when it comes to verb, it is reverse, vice versa. When you add, it will become plural, singular. Go is the plural form of the verb. Goes is the singular form of the verb. But when it comes to subject, boy, boys. Here, goes, go. In the reverse way, it will be. The verb is going to be reverse way, singular and plural. When the subject is that, somebody has a question. Next, same is another verb. Let me go try. It the past tense is tried. Even the past certain words will not change. Only the words ending with Y, we remove Y and add I in its place and continue. Generally, the past tense is formed by adding D or ed. And certain places, the complete verb or word also will be changing, like bring, brought, take, took, write, wrote, come, came. So these are about the verbs. So can anyone, okay, fine. So as I told you, tenses are of three types: present, past, and future. First, let us travel about present tense. Present tense is the action, present time, what we are going to do. At the action happening in the present time is said to be present tense. This is again subdivided into four categories. Each tense, there are 12 parts of tenses in English language. Three are the main. They are subdivided into four each. Now, I'll tell you one beautiful story here to better understand this present tense. Once there was a king. He had three daughters. They are past, present, and future. And three daughters slowly they grew up to came to the marriage, and then they got married. And in turn, they have four each, four children each. So the first daughter present tense we will learn about. She is having four children, simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Now the thing first, okay, fine. The first one is simple present. Generally, we use this present tense when we talk about habitual actions. I drink milk every day. I go to temple every day. Or the bell rings at 5. Or plan future actions or universal truths. I'm a woman. It is a universal truth. The sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. Such places we use the simple present. Now, there is a structure for each. Here we follow it as I will tell you as we go in detail. So, simple present is used in habitual actions to talk about universal truths, plan future actions, and many other things. But these are the three main places generally we use the simple present. So, we have structure to identify our tensities, subject plus V1 or V5. Now, why did I give an option V1? And V1 is the plural form of the verb. V5 is a singular form of the verb. When the subject is singular, the verb is singular. When the subject is plural, the verb is plural. So generally, I go to temple daily. So I is always treated as a plural subject because with utmost respect. I is utmost respect. So we treat it as I as plural form only, though it indicates a singular subject, me. So I is plural. She goes to the market. So when it coming she is a singular subject. So the verb is also changing accordingly, goes. That is the structure of simple present. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is present continuous. The next one is present continuous. Actions going on in the present at the time of talking. Now what are we doing? We are learning. Now at the time of talking, what is happening is what we are doing. We are learning. So action going on in the present. This is very important. In the present while we are talking. So this is also having some structure like subject plus is, am or are plus V4. V4 is verb plus ing form. The base form plus ing. So I will tell one example here. She is writing a letter. Right now, what she is doing? She is writing a letter. I am reading a book. Right now, what am I doing? I'm reading a book. They are playing in the ground. Right now, what is happening in the present? They are, see, all the verbs are in ing forms. So generally, whenever you have continuous, the word continues, the verb will be in ing form only. Whenever you find the word continues, the verb is going to be in ing form. So only the thing difference how the action is taking place. The next one is present perfect. Just now completed actions. Where is the cat? Just now has seen running out of the house. Just now. So just now is also called as immediate past. You call such actions as immediate past. Just now completed actions as just now actions are set only in the primary sections, very small children. But as you grow up, it is immediate past. The by the time I reached the station, just now the train left. Where is the train? Just now it left. Just now it happened. Can you please post? Just now I have gone to the post office and just now only I have come. When you go to the market, when mama asks you to, when your mother asks you to, just now I have come from college. So at that time you don't say now only I came. That is wrong way of pronunciation. Just now I have come. No, I can't go. So the structure will be subject plus have or has plus V3 form. V3 form is a past participle. Has is used for singular subject, have for plural subject. She has gone to the market just now. Even if you don't use just now, has gone to the market itself says now only she has left. They have gone to the market just now. The last one in the present pair is present perfect continuous. It is a combination of two, perfect and continuous. So even whenever you find the word continuous, the verb is going to be ing form. So this refers to the action started somewhere in the past and still continuing and may end in the near future. Sometimes what we do is we keep on writing some books. We start in the morning. Now also we'll be writing. When will you finish? When your mothers, when are you going to finish? 1 hour, 2 hours by evening, you will see. So it is used, please stop scribbling. Somebody is scribbling the screen. Can you please stop that? Thank you. So started in the past and still continuing that will end in the near future. Such actions refers to, so extra, I'll tell you one just example. It is a rainy season. It started raining. So someone who doesn't know about this, when we call up, the person says, when are you, when the rain started? It has started since morning. I don't know how long it is going to be, and it is going to end in the past. So very near, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. So such actions come under present perfect continuous. So structure will be subject plus have or has plus one more word will be added when perfect and continuous together. They are the been plus V4. So here to identify perfect continuous, we have two different things what I was discussing when we are talking communication skills, since and for. Since is used for a point of time, for is used for a period of time. We use these two generally here. I'll tell you one. She has been writing the exam since morning. She has been. So the subject, if it is singular, we use has, and the subject is plural, we use have. It has been raining since morning. It must be verb must be ing, but you add up these two helping verbs. Now for period of time, they have been playing cricket for 4 hours. Means they started somewhere in the afternoon, 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Even now they're playing, they may end up in an hour when it is too dark or something. So this is about present tense. Hope I'm clear. If any doubts, you may raise so that I'll proceed on to the next. Is it clear or any doubts regarding these tenses? Can you please anyone? Shall I proceed on to the past tense?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The next one is past tense. Past tense refers to actions happened in the past. What the actions took place in the past. So it is again subdivided into, this is the second daughter of the king, past tense. She is also having, so I said I'll be saying one story in the present tense. The story is The first daughter, present tense, is having 4 children. The first one, simple present, always says doing the actions. I'm having the habit of doing this. I'm doing, and when it comes simple way of remembering the tense. Second one, when you ask, I am doing, mama. I am drinking milk, mama. I'm writing this, mama. Goes on doing. And it comes, the third one is very quick in doing. Just I completed, finish, done, over. So when it comes to the fourth one is so lazy. Started somewhere in the morning, doing, mama, in 1 hour I'll complete. Oh, for sure I'm going to complete. This is what the children will be using mostly. That is the kind of the children what the first daughter is having. Now moving on to the second daughter is past tense. She is also having 4 children. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Let's travel to the first one. Always it finishes too early. Yesterday only I finished. Actions completed in the past, fast. So structure is subject plus V2. V2 is the verb in the past tense. I watched a movie yesterday. So how will you identify it from simple present and simple past is there will be a time mentioned there. Yesterday, day before yesterday, night, yesterday night. So when the time is mentioned, it is understood it is in the past. I wrote a letter yesterday. Yesterday evening, I wrote a letter. So in that cases, we use simple past. Let's go to the second child of the past tense. Second one is past continuous. So whenever, whatever the tense, if you get continuous, it is verb form is ing only. Past continuous also. Somewhere in the past it will start, but it is too quick. It will continue to certain time and end it up in the past. Actions going on at the time of talking in the past. When it comes to present continuous, actions start going on at the time of talking in the present. Here actions going on at the time of talking in the past. Everything is same except for the helping verbs will be changing. Subject plus verbs or verb plus before. Verbs is used for singular subject, verb is used for plural subject. I was writing yesterday when Rohan came to my house. So Rohan has come to me at the time I was writing. When the bell rang, I was cooking. What am I doing? The action is going on at the time. Yesterday only it happened. All this finished. So so one action will be in simple past. To identify this, we have one action in the simple past. The other action will be continued. I was cooking when the bell rang. When the bell rang yesterday, what am I doing? I was cooking. So were is used for plural subject. They were writing the exam yesterday. They were writing the exam at this time yesterday. That means they continued the exam, continuing at the time of talking in the past. That is the structure of past continuous. The next third is past perfect. Here, the most difficult thing to identify present to past is here two actions will be. When it comes to present, there will be only one action, just no completed action. As or have you'll be using, but when you come to perfect, past perfect, definitely or must you'll be having two actions. Both are completed in the past. Both the actions are completed in the past, but one action is done before the other. So there will be two persons who speaks first. The next one is said. So whichever action completes first will be in the past perfect and the later action will be in simple past. So the structure will be subject plus had plus V3. The doctor had come after the patient died. So before the patient, the patient died before the doctor had come. So coming of the doctor took place, dying of the patient had died before the doctor arrived. So what action takes place next will be in simple past. The first action will be in past perfect. By the time I reached the station, the train had left. The train had left. So I coming to the station took place late. Leaving of the train took place first. So the first action will be in past perfect. The second action will be in simple past. So two actions, both actions are completed, no continuation will be, but whichever action completes first, that action will be in past perfect. The later action will be in simple past. The last one is past perfect continuous. Here also there are two, the action started somewhere in the past and it continued certain time in the past and also it ended up in the past. It will not continue anywhere. So I'll tell you a best example, Sachin Tendulkar. We all know about him very well. That's the reason I'm using his name. Sachin Tendulkar started his career somewhere in 90s. He continued to a certain period till 20s and he stopped his career there as a cricketer. Maybe he's continuing with other things. So that is said to be as past perfect continuous. Started somewhere in the past, continued to certain time, and ended in the past. We finished all the 2020 everything. So he ended up there. Such type of actions which started in the past, continued to certain time, and ended in the past refers to past perfect continuous. So the structure will be subject plus had plus been. Been will be compulsory for all perfect continuous, and the verb is going to be in ing form only. It had been raining heavily for 4 hours yesterday. So yesterday it so happened it had been raining for is used for period of time, since is used for point of time, since and for definitely comes in perfect continuous. So this is about perfect tense. Hope I'm clear. The next one
Yeah.
is, yeah, thank you, ma'am. The next one is future tense. This generally very rare cases we use. We use only mainly simple future to the maximum in our writings in English. In rare cases, very rarely we'll be getting the other tenses, but it is a future tense. Somewhere the action is going to take in the future. These are used to express some actions which will take in the near future action or event. I shall be 13 next week. So next week I shall be 13. So to say that. And generally we use two words, will and shall. Now, where do we use will and where do we use shall? There are few subjects in English, first person, second person, third person. So these all are the basics, but as I'm going with tenses, I'm not touching that. I and we are treated to be the first persons. You is a second person in English. He, she, it, they, all these are the third persons. I is a singular first person. We is a plural form of the first person. And in English, we use you for either singular or plural. You come here, you come. If I call a group, you come here also. A group, I use you. Even if it is a singular person, I use you. You is used for both singular and plural. Now, when it comes to third person, is for singular we use he, she, it. It is used generally to things, animals, such. He is used to a male person. She is to a female. And shall, sorry, they is the plural form of the third person. They is the plural form. So we shall use shall for the first person, both the first person, singular and plural. I shall come tomorrow. We shall come tomorrow. So shall goes with I and B. But there are cases when we use will also with I and B. Now the major how where we use this, shall is used when you are not sure about. Supposing if you ask your friend, are you going to come tomorrow? The friend says, I shall come. So means that means the friend is not sure whether the person is going to come to class or not tomorrow. But if the friend says, I will come, why not? Definitely I will come tomorrow. When he's certain, when he's sure, when he's firm in his decision, you can use will. But generally, when you are not sure about, we use shall with only I and B. Shall is used with I and V. Will is used with he, she, it, and they. The other third person, second person, we use we. It. So when it comes to simple future, the structure will be subject plus will or shall plus V1. So generally tenses, we don't go in a stretch. It takes lot of time with lot many examples and exercises for each part. Simple present tense ones, past tense ones, and future tense ones. But as we have very little time, I'm going quick. Hope I'm clear. So the next one is future continuous. The same thing. Past, present, future. Everything is same. The names only will change all the same time. The first one comes simple, next continuous, next perfect continuous. That is the order you have to follow. The next one is future continuous. Future continuous is an action that will continue for some time in the future. In the future, sometime the action will be continuing. Suppose if I say, I will be writing exam at this time tomorrow. I will be writing. Very sure, I'm very sure. I will be writing exam at this time. What will be I doing? The action will be continuing in the future. This time I will be writing exam tomorrow. When you say to your friends, you use future continuous. The next one is, sorry, I think I didn't have. So future perfect. It is used to express an action that will completed by certain time in the future. So by certain time in the future, I'm going to complete. I shall have completed the given the project given by ma'am by next week. By next week, pakka. By next Friday, I shall have completed. Means you are not sure. You are saying, but when you say I will complete the project by next week, means you are very sure. So by next Friday, whatever may happen, may happen. I will complete the project. So in such cases, you use a future perfect. The last but not the least is future perfect continuous. It is also used to express an action somewhere in the future, starting in the future, continuing to a certain time, and ending in the future. Here, whenever you use perfect continuous, the period of time, the movement of action to certain level, it has to be. Continuation of an action must be. So the structure will be subject plus will or shall, and being is very much compulsory in all the perfect continuous, and the verb will be in ing form. I shall have been going to Mumbai by this time next month. So that is the way. Generally, I told you know this future perfect and future perfect continuous is very rarely used. We generally go with only simple future and future continuous to most of our talkings when we speak or do. Generally, we go with present and past tenses. We very rarely go on using because we cannot predict future. We don't know what is going to happen in the future. That's all from my end. Any doubts, you can raise it up. That is about communication, and in short, it is about details.
No doubts.
Everything is clear. Ma'am,
Yeah.
that's all from my end. If anything else is to be added up, let me please let